We're pretty uncertain about our water, whether it'll be taken away from this valley or it'll always be here for us to use our small part. We were losing 6 foot a year of water table, but the last 3 or 4 years we've been 10 foot a year. We've lived here a long time and we're retired, so there's just no way that we want to have to move.
London is 4 feet lower than it was when I moved here. And that is because of subsidence, because of over-pumping groundwater. International Farming is the company that 10 years ago, 12 years ago, bought 13,000 acres in this valley. That's when the growing of human food stopped and corporate farming started, and it turned into an alfalfa valley. This is one of our wellheads, and a few years ago, my water operator came in and said something is pushing the casing out of the ground. That's not the casing being pushed out of the ground. That's the ground falling around the casing. Water is held in the open spaces, in the gravel and the dirt. It doesn't exist generally as a pool of water. It's in the material that we're sitting on. When you pull that out, just like a sponge, over time, the weight of everything above it will crush it. So it falls down and it'll never come back. It'll never store water again. So in order to get this in balance, we need to reduce the water usage by 80%. There's only one way to do that. Stop farming.
So we're in Winden right now, Arizona, and we currently are in between two alfalfa fields. You have your alfalfa over here on the left that's growing, and then you have another field over here on the right that has been cut, going through its drying process, waiting to be cubed up and probably shipped out of here somewhere. The mom and pop farms aren't here anymore. You have corporations that have came in, or foreign companies for the utilization of water. The way that the law states is you live here, you own land, you're allowed to use that water, and you can pump and pump and pump until, because of lack of restrictions. And you can pull their well numbers and see what the potential capacity is of their wells that they have. The last I had calculated, which was a few months back, was like just under 64,000 gallons per minute.
So we don't have any regulations. So that means that a company, a farm, whoever it is, as long as they get a well permit, can drill a well and take water away from what I need to live. In Arizona, 69% of the water is used by agriculture, and agriculture contributes 1.7%. 1.7% of the GDP.
Our personal feeling about Fondomonte is that their product's going overseas. So when they drain they'll just go someplace else and their monies are unlimited. Their straw in the ground is huge and pumps a lot of water. And we're just a small user.
It's heartbreaking when they call you up practically in tears because they're like, oh my God, this well just went dry and now how are we going to afford to be able to replace them? And they don't want to leave. They've been here for generations, but those are the real stories that are out here and the real fight that we have trying to get them the protection that they deserve.
Our legislature has refused time and time and time and time again to even allow any potential bill out of committee that would change the water laws in Arizona.
The problem is they don't want the AMAs. They don't want the active management areas. They don't want to limit development. But here's the issue. We don't have water to support the development that we have now. Why would you continue to allow development when you look at those graphs and you can see we're going to run out of water?
And that's one thing that's been very frustrating is the county can't just come in and say, you know what, we're going to start regulating your water, blah, blah, blah. We don't have the tools to do that. They
think if water was regulated, then it would reduce the size of the farms, it would reduce employment, even though the farms don't employ that many people. They don't want to be controlled. This is the West.
I don't begrudge Fondomonte from coming in here and having a livelihood, but we have to manage the water in a way that is sustainable for everyone's needs. If we're all going to get through this, we need to get through it together. And that's really hard to do in this political climate right now.
The only source of water here is the groundwater. So the only reason to keep us here and to keep us alive is to have water. And if that's gone, this reverts to desert.